What's going on, everybody? We are in week 2 of WNBA training camp. Washington Mystics dropped their first preseason game, 77-66. And now we are in week 2, and a lot of decisions will get made this week as far as the roster is concerned and the direction in which the team wants to go. This team only has one more preseason game, and it is on May 3rd on Sunday against the Atlanta Dream in Atlanta. So they're going to have to make decisions with only 2 games in the preseason while other teams have 3. Don't know how it works out that way, that some teams have 2 and some teams have 3, but the Washington Mystics are going to have to figure this thing out with a 2-game preseason. And so you wonder why it's important to have your entire team and all that stuff, because it's a it's critically important. And I haven't seen if Shakira Austin is back in Washington D.C. yet. I haven't seen it yet. I don't know. I will try to find out. But this video, we're going to be talking about Sonia Citron and the vital importance of Sonia Citron becoming more. Before we do, hit the intro. Welcome back, everyone, to another edition of Washington Mystics Unfiltered. Hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. Ring the bell and hype the video. I am your host, Rudy Rodriguez Chomont. You know who I am. Come on now, the podcast, Her Game, Her Way, women's basketball. I ventured into this space of the Washington Mystics because I love what they're doing with their team. And I want to watch this team grow. I absolutely want to watch this team grow and talk about them because I think they're going to have one heck of a squad. Maybe not this year, but definitely for years to come if they do things the right way and continue to do things the right way. They have good players. They have good players. Right now, they have a roster that is loaded with young talent. Georgia Amore, Lauren Betts, Sonia Citron, Angela Dugalich, Rory Harmon, Kiki Irifin, Cody McMahon, Lucy Olson. I mean, right there, you got 8 players with 2 or less years experience. And if you include Cassandra Prosper and Dariana Little Page Bugs, that means they got 10 players with 2 or less years of experience. And so they're going to be a young team that has to grow up. And they're going to have to get used to it. The battles, the fights. They're the youngest team in the WNBA, average like 24 and a half years of age. And now all the players I mentioned, they're not all going to make the roster. But I think 8 of those 10 will make the roster, along with Michaela Onyenwere, Shakira Austin as 2 of them. And maybe there will be a couple, and then there will be a couple more because it will be a roster of 12. But this is a team that's incredibly young, like incredibly young. And so they're going to need one of their young players in Sonia Citron to be more. And we'll talk about it. But let me jump into an interview she did with ABC 7 News. This is a week ago. And I want to bring this video up, share it with y'all, and take a look at what she had to say in this interview. Let me do something real quick. So here we are. Here we go.
It's one of the best times of year. Mystics basketball is officially back. And as we get reacquainted with the team, we are sitting down with one of the best rookies from last season, not here in DC, but across the entire league, and Sonia Citron. So glad you're here, giving us some time. How are you doing?
Good. How are you?
Good. Well, welcome back.
Thank
The
you.
rookie tag is shed. No more rookie.
Yeah.
How does that feel, first and foremost?
It feels weird. I still see myself as a rookie. I don't feel old yet. But yeah, it's weird. It's weird.
What was the off season like for you? It was your first official off season as a part of the W.
Yeah, I mean, it was great to have some off time. College is just nonstop, and going from college to the W, it was just a lot for sure. A lot on my body, a lot mentally. So to just have some downtime, it was super nice. And then I did Unrivaled, so that was fun.
Yeah, how was that?
It was good. It was a very different but good experience.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, you've got your body ready, but you also probably did a lot of reflection on what your first season was like while you were in the off season. Reflecting on your first year, I mean, could you have performed any better in your opinion?
I'm sure I could have. I mean, there's always areas to improve, always areas to grow in and be better at. So I'd say yes. And that's what I'm aiming to do this year. Just, keep getting better as a player and a person.
Well, the district probably was like, nope, she can't do any better in that rookie season, but I know they're so excited to see you back on the court. In the offseason, was there an aspect of your game or anything you really wanted to kind of hone in on?
Yeah, a couple areas. Definitely just ball handling.
Yeah.
Being okay with being pressured and that not bothering me. The physicality and, just trying to get stronger and use my body on both ends of the floor. And then just getting my shot off quicker, more range. Yeah, kind of everything.
Yeah, well, as much as we can talk about your rookie season, we also have to talk about Kiki. You two were the dynamic duo this past year. What was it like playing with her and really building, not only that chemistry on the court, but also a friendship off the court?
Yeah, it was amazing. I mean, Kiki's just an amazing player, and she's also she's a better person. And so just getting to go through rookie year with her, all the ups, all the downs, all of it, it was just amazing because, it's just like a built-in sister, somebody I can go through everything with. And then we were also just there for each other, like when we were going through tough times, like I knew I could talk to Kiki and she was probably feeling the same way or, had similar nerves or whatever it was, but just to again get to go through it with her, it was special.
Well, now you get to go through it with some more sisters because the pipeline, it just keeps filtering here in DC. A lot of young talent this year as well. I know you're just kind of getting acquainted with everyone, getting to know everyone, but now that you do have one whole year under your belt, is there any advice you're giving them or even just a friend at the end of the day?
Yeah. I mean, I think I've just been telling them like DC drafted you guys for a reason. You're here for a reason. So just do what you're good at. Don't try to overcomplicate things because at the end of the day, it's just basketball and we all know how to play it. So just, come here and just, do what they drafted you to do. So.
Yeah. And I know obviously you're still super young in this league, but because this team is very young, has head coach Cindy Johnson come to you and kind of said, hey, we want you to take, a bigger step this year in terms of leadership or accountability?
Yes and no. I don't think he's like
putting pressure
directly
on you.
Said it or put pressure on me, but I think it's something that me, Kiki, Georgia, Lucy, everybody that's been here has kind of thought about and talked about. With like you said, so many new pieces, young pieces at that. Just really trying to set the standard for what Mystics basketball is, and not act like we know it all, but act like we were here last year, so we have a little bit more experience and just try to help everybody.
So I want to comment on this because I have the players that I've watched these interviews for. This is actually my first time seeing this interview. I never watched the interview, so I'm watching it raw. What I've noticed is that the coach is really kind of giving the players grace to be themselves. But I do think when it comes to Citron and Kiki Irifin, but I think even more so Citron, he needs her to be great. If there's one player that he needs to be great, it's Sonia Citron. So when she mentioned all the things that she's worked on and the things she needs to get better at, the ball handling, the physicality, the body, all that stuff, that's good to hear because this is a player who's self-reflective and has acknowledged that she has deficiencies that she needs to improve upon to be the player that she wants to be. I think what happens a lot of times with a player like her, and I've said it and I'll say it again, she was the third pick in the draft. She was never the number one option in college. She was always the second or third option. So she was never the focal point. So when you're not the focal point, there's a certain mentality of being the number one option. And I don't think she has that mentality right now. I think it's a mentality that she needs to grow into and work on. And the way that will happen for her is by continuing to improve in the areas in her game in which she feels she's deficient in. And by improving, her confidence will grow. And when her confidence grows, then she'll feel more comfortable doing other things. So right now, Sonia Citron is a good defensive player. She's a good perimeter shooter, but she's not much of a ball handler. She's not going to create for other players. As she improves her ball handling ability, she will have the ability to then create for other players, which I think is really important to grow her game, grow her career, all that stuff. Now, she was second last year in Rookie of the Year voting, deservedly so. I don't think she was the Rookie of the Year. I think Paige Beckers was the clear choice. But Sonia Citron impressed me. I never thought in my wildest dreams that she would perform the way she performed last season. But I think she also had a good landing spot because she was put into basically the same position she was already in at Notre Dame as the third option initially with Brittany Sykes, Kiki Irfin, and then her. So I think she fit in really, really well. She's a solid basketball player. She has to elevate her game. That's my belief. For the Mystics to be a team that can be dealt that will be hard to deal with, she has to elevate her game. And in large part because she's the only shooter on this roster. They don't have a lot of shooting depth on this team. They just don't. She is the shooter. So yeah, they probably need more shooting to go with her, but she right now is that girl. She has to shoot 40+% from three. She has to take 12 to 15 shots a game. She has to go from 14-4 to 17 per game. These are things that I think need to happen for them, from her, for them to be a better team this year. Let's continue.
Mentioned the word standard, and now that you've been a part of establishing that standard here in the district, what is that standard? What is that culture here in DC?
Yeah, when I think of Mystics basketball, I just think of, a sisterhood, a team that's going to work really hard, a team that, wants to get better as the season goes on, and then also joy, like just playing with joy. I think when you do that, you get the best products, and yeah, just at the end of the day, it's basketball, it's a game, and it's fun. So just remembering that.
How important is it? And it might sound silly, but remembering to have fun, because obviously this is your job now. It's a profession. Yeah. You get that now that you've been here for a full year, but maintaining that joy and maintaining that fun, how important is that to maintain?
Yeah, I think it's huge. It may be different for everybody, but I know, at least, speaking for myself, when I'm having fun and I'm playing free, that's when I play my best. When I'm nervous, when I'm thinking about whatever I'm thinking about, or, I'm super serious, all that, like, I think I get in my head and I play worse. So just remembering, like, at the end of the day, it's basketball, and, just to play with joy, I always end up playing better. So it's huge for me.
She really reflects well. I like that. She's a player that understands when she's good, when she's not good. When I get in my head, I don't play well. When I get serious, I don't play well. So you gotta make sure that you keep her chill. Keep her chill, keep her relaxed. But I like that self-reflection. That self-reflection to me. See, what you're getting from her in this interview is you're getting real raw and uncut. You're not getting fugazi. Like, I've watched so many player interviews in women's basketball. You know what I'm talking about, in which we've heard all the nonsense, the rigmarole, the garbage, the fluffy. Everything's great. Everything's wonderful. Everything's great. Everything's wonderful. You're not getting that here. You're getting real. You're getting, yeah, this is what I do. I need to do better at. Like, I love it.
can tell when you step on the court, you play free. That's just a part of your game. So now here in year 2, do you set goals? Do you set expectations for yourself?
Yes and no. I think I'm not setting any expectations or standards in terms of like I want to get this accolade, this award, I want to be this or do that. I think my one goal this year is to be better than I was last year. And I think if I do that and I focus on that, the things will come. And even if they don't, again, that's not really why I play this sport. So yeah, I think my biggest goal this year is just to be better than I was last year.
Yeah, I think that's a good goal and a fair goal, frankly. Well, I know as fans start to filter into Care First Arena here, fans were such a big part of, you know, really that love and the growth of women's basketball overall. What did you learn just about the district and about the fan base from a season ago?
Yeah, I think I learned that they show up for us. They show love for us every day. And even though we weren't winning a lot, you know, we definitely had some ups and downs, you know. Every game they were here for us, they were cheering for us, and I certainly felt that love every day, every game day. So it was special. We have special fans here.
And based on that, you know, not only here in the district, but women's basketball across the country. I know I don't need to tell you it is obviously growing. Being a part of a franchise and, you know, a sport that's on the rise and being such a young player in this league, what is it like from your perspective seeing all that growth?
Yeah, I mean, it's amazing. I think, you know, with the historical CBA that we had, it's, you know, it's life-changing, game-changing. And I think it just really makes me think about all the women that came before us. You know, it's the 30th year of the WNBA, and without the women before us, we wouldn't be here and we wouldn't be in this position. So to really, you know, thank them and also carry on that legacy of continuing to grow the game the way that they grew it.
Well, I know young girls are going to watch this.
All righty, that's Sonia Citron. I love what she had to say. I think she's great at self-reflection. I think she's great at what she knows she does well, what she knows she doesn't do well. And I'll say it again, what she needs to do is she needs to be one that elevates her game. Last season, what did she average? She averaged 14.9, 4, and 2.5, 1.3 steals. She played 32.2 minutes. She played a lot of minutes. She shot 44.5% from 3, 87 from the line, 47 from the field. She has to take 15, I would say, I said 12 to 15 shots a game. You need to see her averaging 19 a game, 18, 19 a game. Because if you look at her stats, she averaged, only 11 shots a game. That's nowhere near enough. They need 15 out of her. So she needs to be more aggressive. Now, I think that also does come with that confidence that she talked about and doing the other things that she doesn't do well, doing them better and getting better at them. But this is also a psychological thing because, again, third option Notre Dame, second option in Notre Dame, third option with Washington, second option with Washington. She had one heck of a season last year, man. She really impressed me. I'm not going to lie about it. She impressed me. But at the same time, for this team to be better, she has to be better. And I don't think there's anyone that would disagree with that because she is one of the best players on this team. She absolutely is. But is she the number one option? 2, the 3? I don't even know because I don't know that Shakira Austin is the number one option on this team. I just don't know that that is accurate either because I don't think Shakira Austin is really a number one option, truthfully. Because Shakira Austin, I mean, last year averaged 12.5, 6.5, and 2. So again, you gotta, and that was her career high. So it could, and even Kiki Irvin averaged more points per game than Shakira Austin. So you got 3 players right here who none of them is really a number one option. So they got to figure that out. And that's why I also think Lauren Betts is such a big component to this thing, is because she has been that number one option. And if she can be that number one option, then Sonia Citron can play off of her exceptionally. I'm telling you right now, Lauren Betts' growth will be huge. How quickly she can adjust and how quickly she can be on that court. Because if Lauren Betts is catching balls in the post like this and putting the ball up in the air and looking for people around in the perimeter and finding Citron like, doop, bucket, doop, bucket, there'll be open shots, a lot of open shots. So I love what Sonia Citron had to say. Y'all let me know y'all thoughts in the comments. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell. Again, this is Washington Mystics Unfiltered. Subscribe to this channel, man. We're doing the Washington Mystics all year. Get as much content for y'all as possible. I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all. And of course, do subscribe to our main page. Come on now, the podcast on YouTube. Hype the video, comment, all that good stuff. Appreciate y'all. Until the next one. Come on now.